Arnold Schwarzenegger broke his own stereotype when he took the role in Kindergarten Cop, but it appears the Governator actually paved the way for several other action heroes to get their own family-friendly films. We explored the real reasons why these modern-day tough guys chose to go with these kinder, gentler roles.
Haku Machente!
After a long career in professional wrestling, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson made his big screen action debut as the Scorpion King in The Mummy Returns. But then he surprised fans by signing on for a role that was a little less macho in The Game Plan.
The quarterback, Joe Kingman, he's championship game bound. Hall of Fame quarterback, soon to be Hall of Fame quarterback. A guarantee, who has this incredible life on his own. And he's been by himself for a long, long time. He happens to come across a little 8-year-old girl who calls him daddy, which then turns his life completely upside down. Hijinks ensue.
Aside from the hilarious hijinks, we have another theory on why this man's man crossed over to the lighter side. It's all about the paycheck. The box office take for The Rock's vigilante film Walking Tall cleared about $57 million worldwide. However, The Game Plan has nearly doubled that, taking in almost $113 million so far. So if you think kid movies come with a child-sized paycheck, think again.
Where else can I put on that type of outfit? One-piece spandex in green. There's not too many guys who can pull that off and look good and still keep his masculinity. Others may argue that I didn't, but I did.
But there are other reasons to jump into the G-rated world. Take Vin Diesel, for example. The studios had big plans for this beefy, bald-headed tough guy, but he had other ideas. He dropped from sight for a little while, then resurfaced in the Disney film The Pacifier.
It was more from the children in my life. I have godchildren, I have nieces and nephews, and it was them saying, "When are we going to be able to see an Uncle Vin movie?" I said, "You've seen Iron Giant." But ultimately, it was about doing a film for kids, doing a film that the whole family could go see. And, not just doing a film for sci-fi fantasy geeks or adrenaline junkies or illegal streetcar racing gearheads. It was a film that a whole family could see together and have fun.
And believe it or not, The Pacifier made more money than Pitch Black and The Chronicles of Riddick combined. When Vin Diesel decided he'd had enough XXX action, Ice Cube stepped in to keep the franchise alive, starring in the sequel XXX State of the Union. This movie should have made Cube a big action star. Unfortunately, he bookended the release of XXX with two family-friendly roles, Are We There Yet? And the sequel, Are We Done Yet? We probably don't need to tell you that Are We There Yet made a lot more than XXX. But in this case, we think Cube's motivation wasn't about the Benjamins. It was a chance for Cube to flex his comedic muscle.
As an actor, I try to, I'm doing comedy, I'm not a comedian, so, it's a fine line. It's a fine line between, that's funny from Cube and dude, you're not a comedian, don't try to be Jim Carrey, so it's that fine line to be funny enough but not going overboard to where it takes you out of the movie.
And then there's Hollywood's most manly man, Sylvester Stallone. Even his name is manly, yet he signed on to star in one of the biggest kid film franchises of all time, Spy Kids 3D Game Over.
I am
This is definitely a departure. I'm working without a net on this one.
The film has made nearly $200 million worldwide. However, we think that the real reason Stallone took the role is for the cool factor he won with his kids.
I couldn't go home without the kids' autographs. Forget me. So now, the mere fact that I know these two children, I'm allowed back in my house.
So don't be surprised if we see more action stars taking lead roles in family films. They might be motivated by money, family, or even comedy, or maybe they're just trying to get in touch with their sensitive side.
The feeling I had when the babies were strapped on was like nothing I had experienced before. I just wanted to get back to set so I could make the baby smile. That's all I wanted to do.
That's how director Steven Soderbergh is described by the actors who are lucky enough to land a role in one of his ensemble casts.
Steven makes you feel like you're acting in your own living room in some ways. It's like if it worked.